Started for dentistry board prep and don't know where to start? We are here to help you. Welcome to Teach Your Dentist, and this is Sam. Today I'm going to talk about what to do and expect when you're preparing for NDEB AFK exam. This is part 1 of the whole video series, so make sure you follow along and do not miss any of those because it is coming from a lot of experience. Let's get right into the Tip number 1, start from scratch. Do not buy other people's advice. Yes, if it is a mentor or if it is a tutor, then sure. Otherwise, the first piece of advice should come from NDEB website. Always trust NDEB website and their guidelines, and it will help you sail through. The step number 1 should be going through the list of references. Throughout your university BDS education or doctor in dental surgery education, did you use any of those reference book? If yes, then find that reference book, keep it close to you. If it's an e-version, put it on your desktop and try to collect as many reference books as possible, only non-pirated ones. And the second step would be downloading the release set of questions. People tend to ask us, hey, but there are no release questions in these exams anymore. Why do we want to solve or work on the release question? The release question, as per NDEB's strategy, is your syllabus. It is your course outline. You are learning everything from those release questions, what topics to cover, how to address a question, how can the questions be created. All those information would be given from the release questions. So those 3,000 to 4,000 questions should be by heart to you. Nobody should give you those answers, so you should put an effort to find answer for each of those release questions. So step 1, download the release question set. Step 2, try to sort each question out. You would go on the page 1, there is a question, lichen planus is most commonly found on. There are 4 options. You don't know the answer, you don't know about lichen planus, do not dive into it. Just say oral pathology. Check. There's a mental check here that I know there would be a question on lichen planus in the release set. Next time, now when you are trying to read through oral pathology, specifically you come across lichen planus and somebody tell you, let's just read the pathology and let's not worry about where it is found. You would say, I know a question in the release set which asks you, where is it found? That means I need to know all the locations. And I saw there was buccal mucosa as well as flora of mouth. So I need to know which location is above the other ones, or what is the hierarchy, or what is the sequence. So that's why start from scratch, do your own research. Don't let anybody spoon feed you. This is a big debate. If I have to join a course, which course would that be? So there are many courses right now being offered for AFK prep, and it depends on you. The big ones are Prep Doc. I prepared from DSTC. It was amazing. And then there is Confidentist and many, many more. There are online courses as well as in-class courses. What you want to find out is what suits you best. Is this course the reason that you are going to move from one part of the country or from one part of the world to this city just to do that course? Then think twice. There are other options available. It is important to have a course so that you can have a group of people who are going towards the same target. It is important to have a course so that you have a mentor, a teacher, a person who has been through this process and has been training many people throughout this process. So it's a good resource. Then a course can also offer you a lot of other literature and resources in a compiled fashion that is easy to learn, that makes your life a little bit more easier. So yes, they charge a lot of money. $4,000 or $5,000 is a big money, but you get some service out of it. If you don't want to do it, I'm not saying that it is impossible. Give yourself not 5 or 6 months, give yourself 1 year of time, and at your own pace throughout that 1 year, spread out the preparation. Step number 1, release question. Step number 2, try to go through all the reference text and see what topics are being covered in release question. Completely study and make yourself thorough with those topics from the reference text. So this could be another way if you're not joining the course. My personal recommendation, join one. Find or create a group. And I'm not just talking about the group that would be there for your entire class in the course or something. It should be your personal group. If you are a leader, you would create one. If you are not a leader, you don't want to go through that hassle, follow a group, ask people, reach out to other people who are preparing for the same exam just like you. If you are an introvert, sorry, this is not time to cultivate that habit. Reach out to other people and ask them, how are you preparing? Do you join a group? Do you do release questions? Yes, you do. Can I join you? Can we do it together? Is there a way we can work out as a team? Try to take a lead or follow along and become a group. That group, those 5 to 10 people, should be your family, should be your community, and you all should work together towards a common goal, all of you clearing or passing or getting a high score on AFK exam. How do we do that? By being honest, being accountable, being punctual on every meeting, and being reasonable, not expecting a lot from your group, but giving more. The more you prepare yourself, the more material you give to the group and discuss it with them, it is more beneficial to you. So be a little less selfish when it comes to just people around you. I know out of all 2,000 people who are giving this exam, your competitor will be just that buddy that you have next to you, but keep that little ego aside and try to work together towards success in the AFK. So my tip number 3, and which is very important, create your dream team, create your group, and go towards that common goal together. My next tip for you is schedule every minute of the day. And by every minute, I literally mean every minute. I will give you an example. I would wake up every morning at 4 a.m. and after that, I would do 20 minutes of 3 sessions, 20 minutes of a hardcore workout. Usually that workout is Tabata or jumping jacks or push-ups or something like that so that I get pumped. I would do 20 minutes of yoga. That yoga gives me a flexibility and some kind of stretching exercise. So because I'm sitting on my desk in front of my computer all day, I need to have that flexibility, that kind of movement in my body. So yoga is great for that. And number 3 is meditation. No matter what, I would do to start my day with a 20 minutes meditation, because throughout the night, those questions were echoing my brain. All those conversations, all the topics, they were just cluttering my brain. This is a new day. I want to start this new day with a blank slate. So I would do a 20 minutes meditation. There are various apps. Headspace is amazing. There are various YouTube teachers on meditation. So just follow along or make your own strategy. That's how I would spend 1 hour of my morning, followed by I would just join a group. So there was already a group in place. These were 4 girls who were doing the release questions together. All I did was reach out to them. They said, okay, you can tag along. Every morning at 5 a.m. I'll call them. They were in India. It was afternoon for them. I made that adjustment that, okay, I'll wake up early and I'll call you. So that's how the groups work. And I tagged along, and those girls were amazing. They helped me a lot throughout each step. Like if there were questions I did not understand, they were patient. In my class, sometimes the topics would just run through, but in my group, I could ask for a little bit more help, or they would just say, go read it, and then I'll read it. So after that, I would give 1 or 2 hours to my family. We will prepare breakfast together. We will eat breakfast, my wife would go to office. My daughter, I would drop her off to school. I'll come back 10 a.m. Boom. My next group starts all the way till 5 p.m. We would not stop except a lunch break. We will keep going. Either we will read some topics or we will solve certain questions. We will address some questions that were being discussed in groups, and everything that we can do, we were doing it as a group. So we were 4 people and we were hard on towards this target. No giggling, no jokes around, no less serious talk. Everything was focused towards dentistry only, towards AFK only. After that, I would again spend some time with my family, prepare some meal, help my wife with the house stuff, ask her how her day was. And after that, again, I will have a third group, which is my another buddy, and we will do some courses together, questions together. The moral of the story is communicate with your people. I did a communication with my family that these are the hours I am studying, no disturbance. Nobody from India, my mom, she wouldn't call me at that time. She would only call me when it's my lunch break. My friends, they have to understand, if this is a focus or this is a goal I have, then my friends should know when to call and when to reach out to me. It's like I'm in office, I cannot pick up your call. I will call you or text you only during these hours. That's how you make a 100% accountable schedule for every minute of your day. Tip number 5 is go paperless. Please, please, please go paperless. It is bad for trees, it is bad for sustainability, and it is so outdated. It is a ridiculous way of cluttering your entire desk and room and house and place where you live in and do not to find anything. Plus all the hassle of printing stuff and paying for it is again very, very painful. Rather, digital note taking. What is digital note taking? There are various apps like OneNote, and that is my favorite. There is Evernote and other iOS apps too, but OneNote is my personal favorite. How I used it is when there were lectures going on, I would take screenshots of the lecture notes and I'll paste it on my OneNote. I created each notebook individualized and customized to each subject and how I study it. So in further videos, I'm going to share you how my OneNote structure is and how can you make your OneNote from day one or even start now and make it an amazing tool for your learning and collecting the notes, collecting all the information, not just collecting. Collecting can be done with paper too. Going back to that information and not just going back. Remember that information, mark it, go back again to revise it. There are also other apps that we can use for note-taking, but so far OneNote was amazing. I highly encourage you to find the one that suits best to you. OneNote is free, that's why I'm encouraging on that one. Evernote is free up to a certain level, but still, you decide what fits best for you. But please do not go for those prints of papers, and people find textbooks and they print out textbooks and keep it on their bookshelf and never see it. That's bad. That's not even in this age. It is not fair. I know some of you might ask a question that I am used to studying from book. I do not like studying from screen. Sorry, you watched 4 series on Netflix with back to back without any fatigue, right? You browse your phone for hours and hours and you do not get eye fatigue. But suddenly when you are reading something for a textbook purpose, your eyes are fatigued. That's not fair to say. Okay, we all have developed this digitalized lifestyle and we should use it to the best. So digital note-taking is the key. Digital minimalism. If you are familiar with this word, you would know what I'm talking about. If you're not familiar with this word, it means get rid of all the distractions that you have digitally. Your laptop should be so clean that your desktop would only have things related to your dentistry exam and nothing else. Your phone, my phone, when I was giving this exam, was absolutely clean. It had nothing, no apps except a messenger because I was talking to my group and my family. I had a YouTube app because I was again and again going to YouTube, but I really cleaned up my YouTube. There was no videos except dentistry related videos or motivational videos and some meditation videos, but nothing else. And my rest of my phone was clean. Like I was using hardly 500 MBs of the memory in my phone. That's what we call digital minimalism. I just learned from a very good author. His name is Mr. Robin Sharma, and he was saying that in this 21st century, if you want to achieve certain goal, and it is a very high aspired goal, the person who put the maximum hard work may not win. The person who is most privileged, person who's coming from money, person who has all the resources, may not win. But the person who is most focused, the person who has consistent eye on the prize and who is driving himself towards or herself towards that direction, they are most likely to win. So the focus comes from removing distractions, and that would increase your productivity. So these are my tips on what to do and how to prepare for NDEB AFK exam. In the next video, I'm going to talk about what to not do when you're preparing for NDEB AFK exam. That one is going to be even more important than this because those are all the mistakes that you should never be doing. Okay, so stay tuned and see you in the next video. Meanwhile, please like this video, subscribe my channel, and share it with your friends who are preparing for NDEB AFK exam as well. Thank you. See you in the next video.